Hello, fisherman. Thank you for the check-in.
Little fisherman.
We got a couple goodies. It's a good song, I'll let it. Okay, do we start with the article or trailers and stuff?
I think maybe trailer.
Yeah. How does it look on the stream? Is the stream good audio, fisherman? Like, is it loud or too quiet? $3 minutes of ads? Oh, no problem.
Damn.
I asked them specifically to do that to you. That's my bad. That is my bad. I guess I'll wait for the ads to be done. How many songs did he put in this playlist? Damn. I'm looking at the playlist Corv sent me, and it's
playlist.
the one Corv sent, and it's like 560 songs.
Holy shit. Is it just like his liked songs or?
I don't know. I'm just adding all of them into my liked. Okay. I'm gonna assume it looks good. It sounds good. Okay. So, big day.
Looks good, yeah.
Thursday before the 9th. Oh, you want to do Renegades today? During the day, or?
We can do Renegades.
Okay. Moments of Triumph trailer has launched. We got some things to look at also, to go through. It's gonna kind of suck, but it'll be good.
Thank you, Guardian.
It's a little bit disappointing that it's ending here, but a lot of the stuff looks really good.
It does. Font 100 size. I don't need that.
Traveling is suddenly stabilizing. Earth may yet heal, and that's something worth celebrating. May this time be a moment of reflection.
Okay, I will pause for new stuff. These three are new. That Warlock, I said it like the other day. Hunters keep getting shafted. That Warlock, 10 out of 10.
Reflection. Remembering what came before, reassessing our present, and readying ourselves for the future. The traveler has nestled above the last city once again.
That's a... This was with the Blue Perfect auto rifle. It's the machine gun from the same season.
Oh.
That's the exotic, I think.
Ooh, exotic hand cannon. Or it was the hand cannon.
Yeah.
It's like that looked away.
Oh, new abilities. A rushing barricade is kind of crazy.
It's kind of insane. I imagine. I mean, if I use it, imagine how many times I'm gonna throw it, and then you're gonna shoot your grenade launcher.
Yeah, probably. Like past me. New hunter armor again. That also looked like Hunter gets, or Warlock gets a little barricade or something. Or no, maybe that was the Titan. I'll look at that in a second, Fisherman.
It's time, Guardian. Crush them. One final push and victory is yours.
The amount of stuff they can do when they're not held back.
No, it's insane.
Know that you decide what your
Which
future
just
holds.
makes me, like, you know, like, disappointed at, like, the amount of stuff that they proposed, but was never greenlit by Sony.
Yeah. Yeah. June 9th.
June 9th.
Damn. Okay. Why is there a comic about Lex Luthor sleeping with Rouge the Bat? I don't think that's the implication, Fish, but that's... Sure. I guess. So yeah, Moments of Triumph. Destiny Bolton has some stuff. Cross is here again. Everybody in that Sony State of Play was from Cross's audience. Which is... quite the feat.
Insane.
Quite the feat, and of course it's Cross with it.
Yeah,
Ability
of course it's
reworks,
Cross.
new subclass abilities, balance changes, armor, stat, archetypes, new ones. Ooh.
New ones.
Oh, pipe bomb. Thank you, Miku. Okay. It's holy. That's a big thing. Is there also a TWID?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
big.
there is a TWID as well.
Oh, sick.
Let's look through the dev article first. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't looked through either, so this is gonna be pretty new.
Abilities and armor. Ability Sandbox update. Gameplay team here. We have a quick update on Ability Sandbox for the upcoming Moment of Triumph. Or Monument of Triumph. New subclass abilities. We'll start with Titan. Shield Burst. For too long, certain subclasses have lagged behind others in the number of aspects available to them. Bring every non-prismatic subclass up to 4. First up with Titans.
Oh.
Shield Burst. Enhances your equipped barricade with solar capabilities. Tower. Means your barricade slides forward. Rally. Stand behind your barricade grants scorching rounds to your allies' solar and kinetic weapons. And while your barricade is deployed, activate your class ability again to remotely detonate it.
Ooh.
So, most people use Rally. I think Scorching Rounds is probably better than Tower. Especially with, like, your, yeah, if it just goes across the ground and enemies sidestep it, you no longer have a barricade.
Right.
But if your barricade also gives you weapon, or your weapons like Scorching Rounds, that's better. Mind you, I guess you could just push your tower barricade out and then blow it up.
Yeah.
Here's it in action. In 240p? What is this?
Damn.
No, 720 is the highest. Okay. I guess... Okay, so it, like... Let me
Oh, interesting.
lower the volume. So you push it out, and it, like, does pulses as it goes. And then, yeah, you just blow it up and it does a little fire spread.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like people are gonna use the scorching rounds more. I don't know why you wouldn't use
Ooh.
the scorching rounds over that. That's new armor.
Oh.
It's like a wall of glass with a C4 charge strapped to it. Okay. Plays nicely with exotic armor like Arbor Warden, Hallowfire Heart, and Kepri's Horn. It's buffed by Roaring Flames aspect and can create sunspots when paired with the Sol Invictus aspect. Damage for this ability also scales with your class stat, the one you were just trying to do yesterday.
Okay, yeah.
Warlock. Note that Warlock construct damage continues to scale with the grenade stat instead. Okay, so other abilities now also scale with class. Hunter, Gunslinger. Activate your class ability to fire up to 3 scorching shots at combatants you've marked. Aim at targets to mark them. Landing all 3 shots cures you. You know, buffs. And that's your class stat.
Oh, yeah, I've gotten my melee to 112
Nice.
and my class to 107.
Nice. Okay. So it's kind of like Cassidy in Overwatch, how you like mark them and shoot them.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of what it looks like. It says use it. It says aim at them to mark them, but kind of looks like they just have to be in your field of view.
Yeah.
I like it though. It can also be used while airborne. Damage from this ability scales with your class. Some strong exotic armor combos with this one, like Radiant Dance Machines and 6th Coyote. You can also combo the Scorch stacks with other Scorch sources to cause ignitions. So Gunpowder Gamble I can see being pretty good. Warlock Soul Siphon, is that it? No, because they had the other... oh, these are just for subclass abilities, okay. So Warlock, we already saw the Soul Siphon, it's the suck. Once ready, press your melee ability to, or ready this aspect by striking a foe with your powered melee. So you just have to hit someone. Press your melee ability again to siphon energy from all combatants in front of you, dealing damage and gathering overshield and class ability energy from each target. Scale by your melee. Yeah. Damn. Turns into a life-draining vampire mage. Has 2 charges by default, making the baseline uptime for the aspect high, but building into melee regen will make it pay off even more. Building into the stat can increase both uptime and damage, and pairs well with exotic armors like Felwinter's Helm or Claws of Ankara, or Karstein Armlets. Claws would give you a 3rd charge, by the way. Overshield this ability provides allows you to stay in the fight longer, and pairs well with Feed the Void aspect to give you higher Devour uptime. Class energy you gain from draining enemies also pairs well with Child of the Old God. Okay. New Darkness Grenade. We're adding 2 new grenades with the Moment of Triumph, or Monument of Triumph update.
Oh.
Stasis. A grenade that sticks to combatants before exploding into razor-sharp stasis shrapnel. Shrapnel ricochets off surfaces, dealing damage to all on its path. Hitting a frozen target shatters it instantly and deals bonus damage.
Nice.
I think this is already a grenade we normally have. Wow. Yeah, it's just meant to like do extra freeze. It goes with touch of winter aspect pretty well for hunters. Cool. And then the other one is the strand one, the slice wire. While back we changed stasis shadow damage to stun overload champions instead of unstoppable. We're reverting that, so stasis shatter will again stun unstoppables instead of overloads. As the shatter grenade's name implies, it'll stun unstoppable champions immediately on detonation. Strand slice wire. So this will sever targets. It'll release a few thrilling threads. Cool.
Very nice.
It's damage dealer. Severs targets, lowers their damage output, and after being thrown, the grenade bounces along the ground, unleashing coiled strands that whip around, striking enemies up to 4 times. Can pile up if you land all 4 on a group of enemies. It also has a unique functionality when paired with the Warlock Broodweaver's Mindspun invocation, which will let you discover on your own. Alright. Night Stalker Melee. This is the lunge we saw yesterday with Hunters. So deals significantly increased damage to void debuff targets. Armed targets marked by on the prowl. You get void shield for each combatant hit, and defeating at least one of them gives you additional overshield and refunds melee ability energy. Pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good.
That was pretty good.
We already saw that yesterday. That armor is interesting.
I like it.
Leather gas mask armor? Wait a minute, I don't know if any of the other armor's new. I'm assuming that's the Moment of Triumph armor, kind of like nightly stuff.
Yeah.
It's my assumption. This Vex one is new. Because that's a hobgoblin head that the Titan's wearing.
It is a hobgoblin head.
Okay, so we got a couple teases. I mean, it's Void. Void Hunter's back again. Smoke Bomb is getting some love too, and now makes you and other allies invisible by default on deployment. Pretty good. Ability reworks. Wee woo. Hunter Night Stalker. Trapper's Ambush. Activate your air move to consume your class ability energy and dive to the ground, damaging targets on impact. Damage is greatly increased if striking while you have a positive Void status effect. Damaging enemies with this ability heals you, and defeating combatants with this ability grants Devour. Okay. Yeah, this is just a way to capitalize on being invisible, which is cool. Sentinel of Dawn, we saw this yesterday. You can pick up your bubble, toss it. You still get all the benefits of being in the bubble. It's just now if I guess boss rotations, when we're doing like not Spire of the Watcher, the Warlord's Ruin. And there's that big ogre that we got to go to like the 4 points.
Yeah.
We can just pick up our bubble and move it.
Okay.
It's twice its size, by the way. You're buffed offensively and defensively. Enemies are debuffed. And you can move it. Once you've bested your enemies inside the bubble, simply pick up the core and throw it somewhere else. On deployment, nearby enemies are pulled into the dome, and base combatants are taunted by the players inside. If you use the Helm of Saint 14, which has also been reworked to extend the time of the ward, it allows you and your allies to take weapons of light outside of the dome. In Crucible, protect the ward's core as it serves as the ward's weak point. So you can shoot the ball to destroy it. Warlock.
Okay, kind of like an anchor.
Yeah. Warlock, Broodweaver, Mindspine Invocation, Threadling Grenade. Hold the grenade input to charge your Threadlings, causing it to weave a Threadling nest at the impact location that repeatedly spawns Threadlings. Okay. So you can just make those nests easier. Stasis Harvest.
Yeah.
Shadow Shards. All stasis subclasses can now create Shadow Shards. You shatter a crystal or frozen enemy, or when they defeat a slowed or frozen enemy, you get the shard, comes back to you, gives you back some energy for stuff. Harvest aspects give you frost armor. When you have frost armor, defeating an enemy with a stasis or kinetic weapon has a chance to shatter the enemy. Also, while you have frost armor, taking damage now grants ability energy. Titans, melee, warlock, grenades, hunters, class. Reduced fragment slots from 3 to 2. Frost armor. Frost armor stacks now melt off one at a time instead of all at once. Pretty good. Each stack now gives slightly more damage resistance. It's increased by 3.31% to 35. If you have a stasis subclass, you can now create shadow shards without equipping the harvest aspects. Aspects will continue to give you frost armor when you pick up a shard and grant powerful benefits with your armor. Meanwhile, though, frost armor stacks now fall off one at a time instead of all at once, allowing for much higher frost armor uptime. Balance changes. Warlocks, Dawnblade. Heat rises. While heat rises is active, now reduces the accuracy of combatant attacks versus the warlock, but only in PvE. It no longer decreases the initial burst of speed provided by activating Burst Glide, and Icarus Dash has increased fragment slots from 2 to 3. Pretty good. Stormcaller, Chain Lightning, melee, increased damage versus combatants by 100%. Now has 2 charges. Lightning Surge, increased fragment slots from 2 to 3. Void Caller, Void Walker, Child of the Old Gods. Now suppresses combatants for a short time after initial attach, increased the max speed and acceleration by 100%, and slots go from 2 to 3. Nova Bomb Cataclysm, allied projectiles now pass through the Nova Bomb projectile instead of colliding with it. Pretty good. Shadebinder, Frost Pulse, now gives 5 stacks of frost armor if the ability freezes a target. Fragment slots 2 to 3. Broodweaver, Swordling Final Blows now reduce the tangle's cooldown by 1 second. That's pretty good.
Alright, yeah, that's nice.
Titans. Let me put music back on. Sentinel, Offensive Bulwark. While the player has a Void over Shield, Final Blows grant melee ability energy.
Nice.
Unbreakable. Final Blows with Unbreakable's Blast now grant Devour, and you increase the size of the blast. Bastion. Slots from 2 to 3, and increase damage versus combatants by 100 for the shield bash. Striker. Thruster ability. Can be activated while airborne. Knockout. No longer grants a lunge range increase versus enemy players. So that'll help. Touch of Thunder aspect. Lightning Grenade. It grants 5 stacks of bolt charge per hit.
Damn. Per hit.
Per hit.
That's crazy.
Flashbang. Now explodes on initial bounce in addition to its existing detonation. So you get 2 explosions. Storm Grenade. Duration increased by 0.5. Maximum tracking speed versus combatants by 38%. And increased time to reach max tracking speed by 25. Seismic Strike, your melee. Increased damage versus combatants by 100%. Subbreaker. Hammer Strike. Increased damage versus combatants by 100%. Behemoth. Diamond Lance. Reduced the size of the freeze detonation from thrown Diamond Lance versus players. Cryoclasm. Sliding while you have frost armor now launches a stasis wave that shatters crystals and frozen enemies in front of you. Glacial Quake. Heavy attacks now deal additional damage in an area in front of the Titan. Strand. Berserker. Drenger's Lash. Defeating elementally debuffed targets now gives you class ability energy. Increased fragment slots from 2 to 3. And the suspending wave's impact damage now scales with your class stat when it's over 100.
Interesting.
Hunter. Night Stalker. Void. On the prowl. In addition to acquiring a target when you become invisible, will now also passively acquire a target after a short time if you're not invisible. Mobius Quiver. Reduced maximum Mobius Quiver buff to crossbow weapons by 50%. That's okay. Gunslinger. Acrobat's Dodge can now be activated midborne, or while airborne. Midborne. I am tired. Proximity Explosive Knife. Detonation size from 5 to 6 meters, and detonation damage has been increased by 11%. On your mark, now grants solar restoration times 1 for 3 seconds instead of cure. After final blows at 10 stacks. Knock him down now gives cure on super activation. Blade Barrage. Increased knife projectile speed and tracking. Increased detonation size. Increased detonation damage, and they now scorch. So, more boss damage. Golden Gun. Reduced super energy gain from player kills by 40%. So you shoot another player, you don't get it as much.
Okay.
Arc Strider. Arc Staff now grants bolt charge stacks on kills. Lethal Current now jolts and creates an aftershock when using Tempest Strike. Can now be activated while in super. Ascension detonation damage now scales with your class stat when you're above 100 and counts as a class ability for all perks and abilities. Thread Runner. Rope Dart. Successfully catching the Rope Dart now grants Woven Mail based on the number of targets it defeated. Fragment slots from 2 to 3. Detonation damage now scales on Threaded Spectre with your class stat, and Ensnaring Slam counts as a class ability. Revenant. Fragment slots increase from 2 to 3 for Shadow Dive, and Winter Shroud from 2 to 3 also. Gonna be annoying.
Yeah.
Grenades. In general, Lightning Grenade. Increased detonation damage by 25%. Scatter Grenades. Reduced chase distance versus players by 50. And the amount of grenade energy this ability gains from perks by 12.5% has been reduced that much. Grapple against boss combatants. Reduced max grapple damage bonus granted by grenade stat by 50. And damage bonus granted by grenade stat and melee stat is now additive instead of multiplicative. Multi-charge abilities in PvP only when the match begins. Your multi-charge ability now starts with 1 charge instead of all of them. So warlocks with your thread, your little needles you throw in strand, you only get 1 instead of 3. Yeah. Stasis, Whisper of Rhyme. Max frost armor stacks reduced from 8 to 7. Stuff has been rescaled to give the same benefit though. Arc, Spark of Shock. When Jolt is applied via an Arc Soul or Ionic Sentry, there's now a 4-second internal cooldown for applying Jolt again. Void Invisibility. Made Void Invisibility more visible than the Crucible. Volatile Rounds now increases weapon damage versus champions by 10%. Weapon damage with volatile rounds no longer stuns barriers. That's now for weapon archetypes. Radiant. Increased weapon damage versus champions by 10%. Damage while Radiant no longer stuns barrier champions. Again, based off of weapon types. Prismatic. Facet of Dominance. When Jolt is applied via an Arc Soul, there's now a 4-second internal cooldown, same as before. Ability stats. Reduced maximum passive ability cooldown bonus generated by ability stats by 20%. And maximum active ability cooldown bonus generation bonus granted by ability stats from 190 to 125. We feel Destiny combat has leaned slightly too far in favor of using abilities to resolve encounters. It's true. Want to shift it up in favor of using weapons. Reduction in ability uptime is paired with general increase to primary and special weapon damage that we detailed in last week's article changes. Basically, they're just trying to balance it out so you're not only using your abilities. Which is what my Warlock build has been for a bit, because my weapon stat is like 5, with my grenade being 200. So.
Damn.
And that's just because my grenades were always doing more than my guns. Supers. super energy generation when dealing damage to bosses has been reduced by 60%. Yeah. Yeah. It shifted into super spam for Edge of Fate. Became possible to cast more than 6 supers in a single boss damage phase, which isn't the place we want supers to live. Which is fair. You want them to be like big damage dealers, but you don't want them to just be handed out like money.
Yeah.
Armor updates. Armor archetypes should help you understand and communicate your build crafting. Each of the 6 stats should be equally represented. Armor archetypes should support as many builds as possible, and should be as few armor archetypes as possible. Which is true. You don't want, like, a lot, because if you have too many, what's the point of having them? You know, if you have too few, also what's the point of having them? Adding too many bullets to the amount of armor you may want to keep in your vault, and the size of the random roll pool on top of that, making it harder to learn, understand, and communicate. No single armor archetype should dominate the build crafting space across the game. Which is true.
Yeah.
Before, Grenadier, I think, was pretty unanimous on you want Grenadier or you want Specialist. But we expect that the nature of stats means that some archetypes will be more popular in specific types of activities. This is more about making one not a end-all be-all, essentially. So the original 6 have fulfilled these goals admirably. However, certain builds require significantly more tools to get the stats they need. Since this doesn't usually limit the power of a build, and instead primarily limits build variety, we plan on addressing this by adding 6 new archetypes.
Oh.
So, here. We will take a look at each of them. So, first one, Siegebreaker. Focuses on health and grenade. As you can see, it'll tell you. Oh, this is also the Bone World armor.
Oh, yeah.
Performing a finisher on combatants or landing successful powered melee final blows generates an elemental pickup based on your light subclass. Performing a finisher on powerful combatants heals you and generates a loyal void moth. Interesting. Your open armor, skirmisher, melee and weapons. After being out of combat for a duration, your next final blow grants additional ammo progress and creates an orb of power. After being out of combat for something, slowly gain frost armor until you re-enter combat. Pretty good for stasis. I wonder if that works if you're not in stasis, though. Like, if you have a solar subclass, do you get frost armor?
That's a good question.
I'm assuming this is Dreaming City armor, is where this will drop. Demolitionist is grenade in class. That's probably what I'll use. Taking significant damage in a short time generates a protective wish. Makes it harder for combatants to hit you. And grants increased reload speed and flinch resistance. When the wish expires, it cures you. Rapid final blows prematurely end the protective wish. Interesting. Neomuna, Colossus. Super in health. Activating your grenade for something sends out micro missiles. Origin trait provides stacking resistance to incoming damage at point blank range. Defeating an unraveled combatant, something ability, restores some kind of ability energy. Or just maybe class ability? No, grenade ability. Stupid. If you have max grenade something, you contribute to special ammo meter instead.
Okay.
This is for Nessus armor. Archetype, class, and melee. When your shields become broken, collect all nearby orbs of power and ammo bricks. That's pretty damn good.
That's good.
Whenever you gain, lose, or spend an armor charge, heal and gain damage reduction for whatever lost. This effect scales with the amount of armor charge gained, lost, or spent. That's kind of broken. Maybe.
Maybe.
Pale Heart Armor. Powerhouse, weapons, and super. Defeating targets with unique elemental damage grants a stacking bonus to Transcendence energy gains while Transcendence is inactive. When it is active,
Oh.
using your grenade ability consumes all stacks of Stack 'em Up to grant an escalating amount of grenade energy. Okay,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
pretty damn good. Almost any new armor 3.0 drop from anywhere in the game can drop with the new archetypes, except for exotics. Fair.
Right, of course.
It won't be harder, so. Each one will now improve the odds of your chosen archetype dropping in 1 or 2, previously 1 and 3. So 1 and 2 armor drops will have it the archetype you want from your ghost mod.
Alright.
Exotic armor. Deterministic route for upgrading, however, we've ultimately realized that it was healthier for the game to take the most straightforward approach. Moving forward, all exotic armor will have tier 5 stats and will have access to all tuning mods. This will apply retroactively to all Armor 3.0 exotics, other than collection rolls. So if you don't want to trade your armor out for one of the new archetypes, you won't have to acquire them again.
Okay, that's pretty
Yeah,
convenient.
it's pretty good. Balance adjustments, ride together, die together. Smoke jumper, 2-piece. Decreased maximum damage resistance granted from 50 to 40. Superliminal motion, wayward psyche, 4-piece set. Increased the health granted while moving from 15 to 30 health per second outside of the crucible. Okay. Oh, and we could have just read this here. I mean, we already read it, so.
Yeah.
Let's see. Raid mods are a feature exclusive to Armor 2.0 due to technical limitations. So Armor 3.0 versions of Raid Armor will not have access to raid mods.
Oh.
However, since we know certain raid mods can sometimes be more valuable than a set bonus, Armor 2.0 for all available raids will be focusable at Hawthorne for 10 spoils of conquest each.
Oh, for 10 spoils of conquest.
Yeah. We hope the new set bonuses tied to each raid activity provide meaningful benefits that give you a fun choice in picking between combinations of Armor 2.0 and Armor 3.0. So a way to like mix and match, which is pretty good. Now for exotics themselves. Ooh. Warm Husk. Start with Hunters. At one point, Worm Husk was a genuine scourge upon PvP. This is true, but in modern sandbox, it has fallen by the wayside, especially in PvE, where it was always late. Worm Husk has never really been the best for PvE.
No.
So reworked effect: Solar multi-kills grant burning souls. While active, solar ability damage is increased, and dodging greatly cures the player and nearby allies. It's a support exotic.
Okay.
Shards of Galanor. Landing 5 out of 7 knives in a volley during your super causes a delayed solar explosion and releases solar shrapnel. This can happen with each volley of super knives. Landing both explosions is approximately comparable to a Curus Thunder Crash.
Oh.
All right.
Okay. Let's not OP.
It's no Celestial Knife Hawk, but we figure embedding large solar bombs in your foes is a close second. True. Caliban's Hand. Caliban's has proved a strong option for the prismatic class item, but has largely fallen behind on the base exotic. To help, we are leaning further into what it does best, letting you chain proximity knives with ignitions. Melee recharge bonus increased by 25%. Dealing damage with Scorch now refunds a small amount of melee energy. And Ignition final blows fully refund knife energy and can overflow into an additional charge. Damn. Just Throwing out the whole kitchen drawer. Frosties. Gain stacks of frost armor while sprinting. And when you have frost armor, stasis weapons deal increased damage. Just run in a circle, you'll be good. Shinobu's Vow has not seen much PvE play over the years. With the introduction of Bolt Charge to the game and its popularity in other builds, the exotic seemed a good candidate for opening up some new gameplay for hunters. Changes we made here are simply to those made recently to Lucky Raspberry, hooking in its existing loop to more recent gameplay items, plus an extra bit of support. Now gain Skip Grenade energy whenever you gain stacks of Bolt Charge. Skip Grenade damage now grants Bolt Charge, and when you gain full Bolt Charge, you heal yourself, nearby allies, and enable an enhanced Skip Grenade. Holy. Roaming supers have long felt a bit rough to use in champion-heavy content. True. Changes to Raid and Flux allow you to use it as a potent anti-overload option. Okay. Arc Staff hits now jolt targets. Combo finisher Palm Blast now grants 1.5 times the base exotic's damage bonus and reports as critical damage. Moth Keepers. In order to encourage more diverse build crafting with Moth Keepers, we opted to turn it into a conditional grenade override. Similar to Gunpowder Gamble, this allows the use of your base grenade in addition to Moth Grenades without lowering the downtime of Moth Grenades compared to current high uptimes in the live game. That's good. So getting kills from any source increments a counter. The amount added to the counter per kill depends on the rank of the enemy. Once you reach 6, you gain 2 Moth Grenade charges until they are used. Okay. So I wonder if you can use that with Gunpowder Gamble. If it's from any source, then. So you would get Gunpowder Gamble, right? If you do that, you get your normal grenade, your Gunpowder Gamble grenade, which is the thing I throw that has all the little sparks fly around. And then if you pair it with this, you get 2 extra moths on top of that. So you get 4 grenades. Arc Moths still blind, having your grenade stat over 100 still increases their damage. They still synergize with subclass fragments. Movement speed of Arc Moths by roughly 43% and Void Moths by roughly 25%. Both moths from the same grenade will now attempt to target separate enemies or allies if possible. I wonder... This might be good. This might go kind of crazy. Especially
it sounds crazy.
If you're in, like... Especially in Prismatic, if you're in a boss fight doing this, and you can just chuck out 4 grenades, that's kind of... Damn.
That's gonna go hard.
It's based off of kills, not damage, but... Lucky
True.
Pants. Oh, Lucky Pants, you've always been pretty good. With so many powerful hand cannons, it's become hard to justify the incredible magnitude of the damage bonus versus bosses. We're making some targeted adjustments to hand cannons that we had considered outliers, as well as pushing Lucky Pants into a more non-boss combat role. Arena's Vows, maximum damage bonus increased to 4.5 times. Decreased Uncivil Disclosures maximum damage bonus to 2.5. And reduced Lucky Pants bonus damage versus bosses by 33%. Shot in an alley, probably with a sidearm.
Damn.
Titans. This is you. Yeah, mans. Hallowfire Heart. Oh no. Uh-oh. Has been a very simple exotic for a long time. Offered clear benefits. However, its effects are largely vestigial of Destiny 2's first year. Yeah. To bring it into the modern sandbox, it now leads deep into I'm a mobile hotspot.
Okay.
Offering the effects of Soul Invictus Sunspot, and then some while roaming and defeating enemies with your abilities.
Oh.
While your solar super is charged, ability Final Blows cure you and grant stacks of Sunfire Furnace. While Sunfire Furnace is active, Grenade and Shield Burst Final Blows trigger an ignition. Each stack increases Grenade regen and class ability regeneration and super damage. Upon exiting your super, all stacks are converted into super energy.
Okay, that's pretty big.
Decreased ability regen bonus from 3.5 to 2.5. A.
That's big. That's huge.
As part of re-examining super damage exotics, we wanted to bring Pyrogale Gauntlets, or to bring up Pyrogale Gauntlets. However, it is already quite a competitive option with Roaring Flames. Because of this, we've instead improved its ability to find its mark, as well as its damage ever so slightly to reduce the necessity for Roaring Flames times 3. So Cyclone Scorch per tick slightly increased. Explosion damage increased by 10%, and tracking by approximately 40%.
Damn.
Stoicism. Spirit of Star Eater. In comparing super damage, we believe that it's safe in the modern super damage climate to increase Spirit of Star Eater's benefit for the Twilight Arsenal back to its former values.
Oh.
Spire of Star Eater benefit for Twilight Arsenal is increased from 25% back up to 50.
Woo!
Damn. Severance Enclosure. We figured it was high time to give back Severance Enclosure some of its potency while also helping it bind into the new few kinetic aligned keywords we use. Improved occlusion of the on the detonation, make it easier to hit with. Removed effect that prevents combatants from being hit by multiple shockwaves. And enemies hit by the shockwave are disoriented.
Oh.
Praxic Vestments. Has a cool fantasy, but its tuning at Renegade's launch prevented it from being the exciting new option we wanted it to be. We've given it a significant tune-up by improving its value, uptime, and usability. Increased melee attack damage by 500%.
Aww.
This is the exotic you get at Renegades. It's a jetpack. You launch with your jetpack to do a melee. It's like a mini Thunder Crash.
500%.
Increased fuel gain per weapon kill in PvE from 10 to 20. Jetpack fuel gain by powered melee kill from 35 to 50. Updated the exotic perk to recognize knockout kills and improve the flight experience.
That's the exotic I will get.
Yes. Decrease the wind-up time for maximum flight duration from 0.8 to 0.5. Remove the behavior that caused jetpack flight to end early when contact is detected with the floor or a wall. Fixed a bug that caused the jetpack kick to target dead enemies, ending flight early, and updated camera to better convey your speed. So, it's now just a kamikaze jetpack.
You know, I might, depending on how much it does. I don't have it yet, so I don't know how much it does now. Although, I don't know how much.
It's not a whole lot.
The Curious of the Falling Star increases.
It'll be
Crash
competitive.
damage. It will be competitive.
No backup plans.
And it might be good for raids.
Maybe. Long have players asked to have no backup plans to work on non-void to go with exotics visuals shifting to match. Happy to say that it now does. Operates a bit differently than it used to, but it still leans into aggressive close range play built around your defensive buffs. Additionally, we've opened up the triggers to melees as well as shotguns to allow clean up punches to also keep the engine going. Triggers and benefits offer both shotgun and melee final blows. Final blows now start health regeneration instead of granting void overshield. And final blows extend the timer of active defensive buffs on you. It'll include void overshield, restoration, amplified, frost armor, woven mail. Back from walking the dog, welcome back. Will partially heal void shield upon activation of this extension if the player has one. Shotgun damage bonus is now active when you have any of the above noted defensive buffs as well as also buffing melee damage. It's just Shotgun Ape as an exotic.
Yeah.
Cadmus Ridge Landscape. Struggled to find a niche since its release. Yep. Made some adjustments to it that open up its trigger conditions a bit, add more value to leaning into other stasis build elements. Now can also spawn stasis lances with rapid stasis weapon damage and final blows even when not behind a rally barricade. Grants bonus stasis lance damage based on your current stacks of frost armor. Pretty good. Point contact cannon brace. Has routinely been at its best when you are at just tap firing Thunderclap instead of charging it, which neglects the awesome fantasy of the ability. We're making a couple changes targeted at making the user experience of charging Thunderclap with point contact better, which of course means more lightning.
More lightning.
Activating Thunderclap also releases lightning strikes as you start winding up the punch. Okay. So as you pull your arm back, thunder and lightning will just start around you. Strike damage now scales further based off of how long Thunderclap is charged for, up to 2 times. Melee regen from lightning kill strikes to compensate for the new wave of bolts on charge up, no longer target tiered. Flat amount has been increased to compensate, should see larger returns on average. Helm of Saint 14. There's a lot more Titan than Hunter exotics being mentioned.
Titans are eating good.
Current outpoint of Helm of Saint 14's Disoriented PvE is completely overshadowed by Weapons of Light, and alongside the rework of Ward Dawn, we also found that the Disorient posed concerns in PvP. Took the opportunity to give the damage a complete to give the exotic a complete facelift that integrates it with the ward changes, provides a more appropriate replacement to the Disorient, and bolsters the fantasy of being Saint 14 inspired by his infinite bubbles from older stories. Unchanged. Weapons of Light continues to persist for the wearer and the allies upon leaving Ward of Dawn. Added new VFX to indicate it. No longer disorients enemies within your Ward of Dawn or upon blocking with Sentinel Shield. While Weapons of Light is active, kills or sustained damage from any source grants stacks of the Saint. Under the same circumstances,
Stacks of the Saint.
void and kinetic damage sources will also suppress in a radius around the victim. Picking up your Ward of Dawn consumes all accrued stats of the Saint, and then extends your ward's duration based on how many stacks were consumed. Helm of Saint 14's energy with a specific exotic weapon has also been adjusted. Huh.
Oh?
I'll let you figure that one out. ACD 0 feedback vents has been a recurring point of feedback in the Crucible. Even when not charged up, this should help. No longer provides any melee damage resist versus players. Oh. Blast Wave Striders. With many changes coming to the base stasis kit, we're looked back on how our dedicated stasis exotics were performing. Saw a spot to help improve the performance, consistency, and potency of Blast Wave Striders all in one fell swoop. This should help shift it from a highly situational tool to an on-demand stasis explosion for aggressive behemoth playstyles.
Okay.
Adjusted the projectile to mirror that of the Renegade's Behemoth Walker's stasis detonation. Okay. Decrease defeats to charge meter.
Okay.
Increase tracking strength of stasis shrapnel. Replace sliding with on shiver strike hits as an activator. Fix an issue with multiple kills on the same frame. Wouldn't indicate the perk buildup. And then Warlocks. I'm noticing a distinct lack of Warlock in the rest of this. Nezarax. Bungie, please. For a lot of players, Nezarax Sin has been a solid workhorse exotic when all else fails to suffice. This is true. We didn't want to modify this use case, but we did see an opportunity to tie it into the new Voidwalker aspect. Tie the way to the final god of pain. It's your turn to devour your enemy's fear. Who knows? Maybe he's still listening. You can't say this when this is the final thing. I'm gonna get... Targets damaged by Soul Siphon are suppressed. Defeating suppressed targets, or with Soul Siphon, grants an additional 1.5 seconds to Abyssal Extractors. Ooh. Metadoxia. We found a couple issues in how Metadoxia was dealing its bonus damage, which was leading to lower values than expected. Increased suspending burst damage from Super Combine by 22%.
Oh, Super Combine.
Super Combine.
Damn.
Makes it equal to Kira's Thunder Crash. Have at it.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, sure. Skull of Gara. This Ahamkara Bone Helm is a classic exotic, but that's no reason to let it ossify. Returning energy on super final blows is so 2017. Alright. Last year, Voidwalker got a second melee charge, and a second grenade charge with Chaos Accelerant. Why not a second cast of a Nova Bomb? Better yet, how about we bring back Nova Bomb? Lance? Why stop there? Maybe you could detonate your Cataclysm Nova Bomb with Nova Lance for massive boss damage. If you time it right. But you're special, and you can time it right every time, can't you? Oh, player mind. New effect. After casting a Nova Bomb, you get a short period duration during which you can cast a Nova Bomb. Lance. Destroying a Cataclysm Nova Bomb with a Nova Lance creates a Nova Vortex alongside the Cataclysm Nova Bomb Seekers. Uncharged. Super energy on Nova Bomb final blows and weapon final blows while you have Devour. Or unchanged, not uncharged. The additional damage resistance while casting Nova Bomb has been removed from the perk text, but remains as hidden functionality to help the new play pattern sing.
Interesting.
Crown of Tempest is an exotic that is decently powerful, but rather demanding to maintain and unexciting to use compared to other options. Plus, Crown of Tempest on Stormcaller Warlock deserves a bit more thunder. Increased the duration of conduction times in PvE from 7 to 10 seconds. New effect while you have at least one stack of CT. Ionic Sentry creates a storm grenade when it's deployed. Alright.
Alright.
Mantle of Battle Harmony. Battle Harmony has been left a bit in the dust over the years. Changes here allow it to function even when fighting bosses, as well as give it a nice bonus for actually choosing to use your super instead of holding on to it for a damage bonus. Now can trigger its super energy gain or weapon damage bonuses on sustained weapon damage in addition to final blows. After casting your super, now gains surges for all elements and weapons matching your super's damage type, because detonations when hitting targets for a moderate duration. Because of the natural limitations of Blink and the small area of effect of your volatile burst that the exotic gains, struggle to see much use. To address these issues, we added a new air move ability, which should help with some flexibility to link both in and out of combat and expanded its ability to apply volatile. While both this helmet and Blink are equipped, you can now use your air move input to perform a dark blink horizontally in any direction.
Oh.
Ability has a longer cooldown in Crucible. Blinking or dark blinking now grants volatile rounds in addition to the volatile explosion. Yeah, alright. Nothing Manacles. Scatter Grenades and Nothing Manacles got a bit too much love in Renegades, so we're toning them back. No!
No!
This is actually good. Extra Seekers can no longer chain off themselves, just the initial grenade. Reduced Extra Seekers generated from 4 to 3. Reduced range and lifetime of Extra Seekers. Controverse hold. While it was nice seeing handheld Supernova back in the spotlight again, the value for the effort of using it with Controverse was a bit too free. Reduced energy returns when used with magnetic grenades, handheld Supernovas by 15%. That's fair. Demo Fusion has been a recurring point of feedback in Crucible, allowing far too easy kills while being completely safe. This should help in reducing that. Increase the time between damage ticks against players from 0.1 to 0.3 seconds. That's all from us for now. Thank you for your continued support and feedback over the years. We hope you enjoy playing in this new sandbox as much as we have internally. We're excited to get to see all of you on the 9th. And we will again check. I want to actually see how Marathon's doing with the free week.
Oh, yeah, I forgot it was free week.
27,000 players. It's pretty good.
Not bad.
It's a good increase. They had, so this part here, where they had the free week, to this, they had a server crash. But they've gone up and they've kind of kept a high. So, it's top 30 for sellers on Steam, which is good. Destiny, right now, dude, past week. Let's look at the past month. So they announced the shutdown on what, 27th? or 22nd.
Sounds something like that.
I think around maybe here-ish.
A few weeks ago.
Right here. 23rd of May. You know, it would have been on a Saturday, so it would have been the 21st. So right here. Since the announcement, we have been 3 times the amount of players. Basically daily. Or like 2 to 3 times the amount of players.
Holy shit.
And we've, like, the curve has gone up. It's still going up. Like, if I look here, max, we're still pretty low, right? Since dawning, right?
Yeah.
If I look at the past year, like, we went from 60, we're down. We are back to kind of where we normally would be in between. Past 6 months, well, we've gone up again. Past 3 months, though, look at that.
Woo.
A big increase. Past 48 hours, yeah. At this point, I think they're trying to figure out probably some way to capitalize on the new people and the resurgence of Destiny. Like, internally, I'm assuming they're trying to figure out how to capitalize on it, because I don't think there's been a gaming movement like this before that I've seen. So if they don't try to capitalize it, I think that's dumber than them canceling Destiny.
Oh, way dumber.
They're gonna try to do something with this. They're gonna get some momentum or something. This TWID triumphs. A new way to, like, use triumphs and new currency legendary marks.
I got frozen. No.
Finding the rewards you want. So much more to earn. Here's a breakdown of where you can find different types of rewards. All vendors will have a selection of armor ornament sets, ghost ship and spare accessory sets, Tenant of Bravery, a new skimmer, new universal, universal ornament, helmet ornament, Fafnir, heir apparent exotic weapons, all engrams, general emblems. So we can see new weapon, or like weapons. Fafnir is a linear fusion rifle and new exotic. Of 2 mines is a weapon ornament. Monument rewards, you can, like, pick event stuff. New board, ghosts, sparrows, ships. So this is the Tenant of Bravery, Tenant of Devotion, Sparrow Racing League. Is Racing League stuff, ghost shells, sparrows, ships, shader, armors. Good. Tenant of Sacrifice. Okay, so we have Crucible. Maybe. That kind of looks like Crucible. I don't know, though. Yeah. Devotion, Sacrifice. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. New ghost shells, new ships, new sparrows. There's a lot here. Dude, this would have been such a banger update.
Yeah.
They already had all of this. This is all the stuff they've already had. If they had if they had pushed this out at March, when, like, Marathon had their, like, came out also, they probably wouldn't have had to shut down. Like, if they had just pushed this out.
Right.
Tenant of Death. So this is the raid stuff. Exotic ornaments and things. Shader, shells, ships, and sparrows. How do you get these marks again? Okay. Nestled in the tower courtyard behind the newly erected monument are 4 plaques celebrating guardian tenants. Opens different vendors where you may purchase rewards in exchange for new currency legendary marks. After inspecting the monument, make your first purchase on the Tenant of Bravery to unlock all other tenant vendors. Marks are earned upon completing any triumph from Monument of Triumph. They can be conveniently located by interacting with the View Triumphs button on these vendor screens. Triumphs can also be accessed through the Journey tab, even a new View featured shortcut to quickly open directly to the Monument of Triumph category. Okay. Damn. Special rewards require special challenges. While majority rewards can be purchased as soon as the required number of legendary marks are earned, some rewards will ask you to complete specific triumphs or a set of triumphs to be able to get them or purchase them with legendary marks. For example, Chatterwhite, which is an all-white shader
Oh.
from Vaulted Glass. It looks like this. It's like a white and like pale blue, kinda.
Oh, that's nice.
Einhjar Hornet. Complete 8 triumphs in the Teamwork Raid categories, challenges category. Immortal Legend Armor Ornament Set. Obtain the Immortal title. Look at that Titan.
That's insane.
That's pretty, yeah. There's the helmet. Bungie Foundation, now and forever. Over the years, you've helped turn compassion into action, showing what's possible when our community comes together for those in need. Today, we wanted to take a moment to assure you the future of the Bungie Foundation. Properly thank you for the incredible support Guardians have given since Destiny's launch. Our team remains committed to our mission by providing joy and relief to kids and communities who need it most, from Bungie's very first fundraising campaign, in response to Hurricane Katrina during the days of Halo, through all the incredible years in Destiny, and now what comes next. Our success and ability to change the world has been because of the compassion and generosity of you, our community. Since our very first activation in Destiny 1 with the Pride and Nepal emblem 11 years ago, you helped us raise more than $32 million to support our Little Lights program, inclusion, diversity, and equity initiatives, and humanitarian causes. We are eternally grateful for your awe-inspiring generosity, kindness, and willingness to join us in trying to make the world a better place. Thank you. While we continue showing up for the causes that need us, and through the way we fundraise may look different, although the way we fundraise may look different, we're just as determined to make a dent in this universe as we ever have been. As always, this will be a community-led effort, and we will continue to collaborate with Lightkeepers across the world to help us shape what this next chapter looks like. More coming soon. Pride Month, join Bungie Foundation and Pride at Bungie and Trans at Bungie Inclusion, Diversity, and Equity associations in celebrating Pride Month with some classic and brand new cosmetics. So this is the Pride shader, the emblems, and you can buy a pin on their store. Final Bungie rewards in store. Don't say that. In honor, a Monument of Triumph players who unlock the Immortal title will be eligible to purchase Monument of Triumph t-shirt. Special Bungie rewards offer is available only to players who complete the Immortal title in Destiny 2 by September 30th. Players that do complete it have until October 31st to purchase the shirt. And then there's a soundtrack they've also put up as a free digital Bungie reward. You get the original soundtrack for the Monument of Triumph. It's an hour of amazing tunes.
Holy.
Sparrow Racing League jacket later in June for Guardians who want to look their best while taking first place. We have something extra nice ready for every player that logs in. In addition to 2 bright engrams and 50 legendary marks, you'll also receive the Toast to the Monument emblem below when you return. Claim them from the special deliveries kiosk in the tower, located behind Banshee and Rahul. You have the Vanguard.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
And everyone, that's every NPC that's been with us.
Here.
From D1 and D2. Meanwhile, for our most veteran players, those who have played all the D2S offer from the Red War campaign to Renegades, we have one more set of rewards to share. The Old Lights emblem, shown below, and a unique emote, Elemental Key. Damn.
That's pretty nice.
After it launches, Old Light emblems will be awarded to any player whose account recorded any amount of playtime in each of Destiny 2's expansion years. That's me. Let's see. Cool sword. So, more stuff people have made. Good art. Sing with us. Movies. And the TWID before Monument of Triumph launches is now complete. Just a few more days before you can all start experiencing everything this update has to offer. Take your time to experiment, try new things, don't hesitate just to make weird mixes here and there of weapons and armor you've never used. Who knows, it could be the next meta. Publishing 3 dev insight articles along with their accompanying TWIDs was a rough task. We needed more than 29,000 words to properly show you all why this update was a really big deal, how much work went into updating so many parts of Destiny. After checking all the love and excitement you poured all over social media and video platforms in the last 2 weeks, it seems we achieved our goals. The only thing that remains is to load into Destiny 2, play Monument of Triumph on Tuesday. We'll be there with you. Throw us an emote if you see us, we'll dance with you, cheer at you, and hand out free hugs. Find us at the tower on June 9th. Destiny 2 community team.
Damn.
Damn. And that's it. It's crazy that it's ending.
I can't believe it's already ending.
I don't know.
You know, I am excited to get new. Well, okay, I am excited for the Tenet rewards.
Yeah. All right. So,
And so, wait, are those armor sets or are those ornaments?
armor sets, but
It
probably ornaments. Even if it is an armor set, it can be turned into an ornament.
right, it can be turned into an ornament. Bravery, devotion, sacrifice, death.
Yeah. It's devotion inspires bravery. Bravery leads to sacrifice, and sacrifice leads to death.
Sacrifice leads to death. Yeah, going back and looking through it more, like there's some really cool stuff in there
And
that I'm excited to work towards.
if they had put this out in March,
Oh, if they put this out in March, it would have been crazy.
maybe they would have reversed the decision. I know stuff like they had to delay some stuff, and that delay was probably because they decided we're gonna turn Destiny off, right? But
Yeah, probably.
this was just avoidable. I'm I'll be there. We're doing so chat on
Mhm.
Tuesday. Uh yeah, we'll do a 24-hour.
So yeah, we 24-hour Destiny. Get a bunch of raids done.
Yeah. Or at least try to do something.
Yeah.
And
So,
then
so
yeah.
the old lights emblem. Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
I can get the old lights emblem because I'm playing during the Year of Prophecy.
I don't know. I'm not expecting anything to come out on tomorrow. Like, hey, by the way, we saw what we saw. You're getting a D3. Like, I'm not expecting that.
No, I wouldn't be expecting that for a while.
That'd be cool. Summer's Game
It
Fest.
would be really nice.
But yeah. I'm so tired. Let's see.
I'm tired, boss.
Oh no, Allison, don't say that.
Hmm?
Uh, the oh no, Allison Lurs, which was she's the narrative director on Destiny, previously from Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah.
Said the travelers return, the earth may yet begin to heal, and we take one moment to look where we are, where we've been, and what could be.
Oh.
And there's like secrets that are popping up on Twitter that I'm trying to find also now. As I scroll. Here. Okay. So here's the set. You see Titans, you see Hunters, Warlock.
Oh, it's not on screen. Oh no, wait, no, there it is. I just had delay.
Again, I hate
we can say it again.
Warlocks.
Warlocks and Titans eating good.
Hunters kind of look like a prince.
The
Not
helmet.
even like a full king.
Oh yeah, no, he looks like a prince. Like the helmet's cool.
Yeah. Okay.
But then the cloak. I mean, I assume like the horn, like the spikes are attached to the cloak.
Yeah. So the helmet might be good. On Titan, I can see the mark and the legs being used more than anything else. Warlocks, I can see the legs and the chest piece.
Actually, and the arms.
Yeah.
I mean, arms and legs probably more with like, like coats and stuff.
Yeah. Let's see, Allison Lurs. Yeah. Moment of Triumph will deliver small character beats to leave the story, and characters in interesting places, touching on themes across Destiny. We encourage reading and exploring to find all the Easter eggs, callbacks, reveals, and love for the lorehounds. And I get Bale, right? Destiny meme has a thing for Bale. He's at the park right now with a picnic basket waiting for you. Really? For me?
Wow.
We'll look at Tassie's thing. We will not surrender. All right. Yeah, also Lucent Acolyte Hunter set.
Ooh.
DMG. Face. Okay. All right. What is this?
What? Bread man.
All right. Paul Tassi. I've been holding my tongue, but there's no way to spin how ridiculous this is. 6 months of a content drought versus 3 days of a second season. Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Even though Marathon right now is higher, it is unfortunately 25,000 to 28,000.
And plus, Marathon is free.
Yeah.
Just for this week.
The main thing we gotta look at, I hope this translates into sales, But a free weekend, if it doesn't lead into people staying by buying, it won't, like, people don't really care about that for actual, like, stats.
Right.
So, like, it's like a sale for any store. If you don't retain customers that want to come back after, or that spend more, it's not really gonna, this is probably gonna
Not
end
really
up going
gonna do
back
much.
down. Which, I want it to keep going. I mean, on release, we had 88,000 players. We have
Yeah, like
right
I don't
now
understand the
a quarter
sentiment
of that.
that some people want it to fail.
I don't want it to fail, but picking Destiny to only keep Marathon is stupid. But
Yeah.
if your max is 90, and currently we have 25, that's almost a quarter of the max they had, and we've had a content drought for basically a year. Which is kind of like, alright. I'm looking for more tweets and things. I do like how the tweet on, or from Destiny 2 says, know that you decide what your future holds.
Mm-hmm.
Them just kind of stopping the story here does suck.
Yeah, but a little bit disappointing.
Um, Otherwise, yeah, maybe tomorrow, maybe. I mean, them saying like maybe Nezarek is still there or whatever is like interesting, but yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I'm not seeing much else. I saw Moist Critical did a raid blind yesterday,
Oh yeah, I did
and
see that he was
like
doing
he's
that.
playing it again now.
That's good.
Because after Lightfall, people just stopped playing Destiny. Like they never played Final Shape. They wrote it off after Lightfall.
Which is pretty disappointing.
Yeah. And now uh it's um now that people are getting back into it, it's kind of like, well, hey, do something now.
Yeah, welcome back.
Because like for Sony at this point, one announcement has now tripled the amount of players that were playing, and I feel like they tried to do a free weekend to show like Marathon had more staying power than Destiny, but the fact that it's barely higher than Destiny kind of shows that like still it was the wrong choice even when they do try to push Marathon further.
Yeah.
um it's just every time they try to show it like Destiny isn't going anywhere, Destiny ends up going places.
Yeah, if the people wanted to play another game, they'd play another game.
Yeah.
But people love Destiny too.
So the momentum that I'm seeing with stuff, if you don't try to capitalize on any of it, is absurd. Because like any other game or company would immediately hop on this, like, hey, obviously there's interest, there's renewed interest, let's keep it running. Right?
Absolutely.
So the fact that they're being silent right now is odd to me. But Monster Hunter tomorrow, maybe.
Ooh.
Let's see. I'll repost that one. There we go. Twitter notification. Nothing. Damn. Do we look at
No.
the Lego thing now?
Yeah, we could look at at the Legos. Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched. I mean, I've seen some stuff that have been going on Twitter.
We won't watch the full hour. One, we'll just watch the 60-minute thing from Ben. So up to this point, the police department made a response video, like an old style YouTube response video. Not good. They lied in the official police release of info. Because they say something happened, and then there's footage that they show that directly contradicts it, or they say something happened, and footage Ben has directly contradicts it. At one point, they are trying to serve legal papers, right? A court mandated thing. So obstructing that would be illegal because that's obstructing a court case.
Yeah.
A cop says, "Do you mind if I serve the papers? Because you're trespassed, you're not allowed to go on the property. Do you mind if I do them?" Ben says, "Sure." Hands the cop the papers. Cop goes up. The body cam for this is all redacted for the conversation he has with the Bricks and Minifig guy. Comes back and says, "They don't want the papers." I don't think you're legally allowed to refuse papers saying you're being served. So I don't think they can do that. And the cop goes,
Yeah,
"I don't think these are real."
That cannot be legal.
The cop comes back to Ben and says, "I don't think these papers are real." He didn't want them. There's no judge's name. And Ben explains to the cop, "Well, it hasn't gone to the judge yet. We have to serve him first." And then the judge looks at it. So they go.
Does the cop not know how that works?
Apparently not. So they leave because Ben isn't on the property. He's not doing anything wrong. Legally, you're fine to just stay parked on the side of the road. The cops come a fourth time, because the one where they take papers, that's time number 3. The fourth time they show up, the guy says, "Can I have the papers?" So the cop takes the papers again, goes to call the police department in Oregon, see, is this real? They are confirmed it's a real court case. These are real legal papers. Which means by refusing acceptance of them, or the cop not giving them, has kind of implicated the cop in obstructing a legal process. The cops then have a conversation after determining this is a real thing, and without telling Ben what he's being arrested for or reading him his rights, arrest him.
Huh?
He was not trespassing. He was waiting, trying to figure out and waiting to serve legal papers. They would not do this. So when the Bricks and Minifig guy said, "I'm going to shoot them if you don't come here," and kept calling the cops, making false reports because they weren't doing anything, they arrested Ben. And all that, the footage has been redacted illegally because they're protecting. They don't do this for anyone else that has a stalker, by the way. Like anytime you hear of a content creator or anybody, it's like, "Hey, there's a person stalking me," or "There's a person outside my house." cops will usually say, we can't do anything until they do something, right?
Yeah.
Because them just standing outside isn't illegal. They can come talk to you, but if you're like, I'm just standing here, they can't do something illegally. Not in this case. For some reason, Utah police, American Folk County police, are at the beck and call of a private company, allegedly with ties to the Mormon Church.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, it's when everyone is like in the same church group from the same school, you get that kind of like small town thing where it's like, if you're an outsider, I think the cops.
You got the good boy mentality.
Yeah, the good boy mentality. One of the cops, when they pulled Ben over previously because they said they got a tip he had heroin in the car, and they pulled him over because they found heroin on him, and then they searched the car, could not find any heroin. Crazy. Said, you know, you're from Cali, this would look bad for you. We play different here, are the exact words the cop used.
Really?
Why would you say that? Even if that's not like, you know, maybe California cops are more lenient on things, but saying things are different here. Why would you say we play different here? In no context is that a good sentence to say when you're in a position of power over someone. And one of the body cam things that they sent to him also afterwards were like, yeah, they don't have anything. I was just going to try to scare them. And like, can we arrest them for anything? Or are we just tired of them being annoying? Like, no, nothing we can do to them. And they're just saying this on body camera. There's other ones where they're saying like, oh, they didn't need to arrest someone. They're actively trying to figure out how they can go for someone, trying to figure out some kind of angle to arrest them. Routinely, they say or do something, the footage shows complete opposite, and the police just go, Yeah. So this video, someone either hacked into police servers to release the body footage, or there's a cop inside who is not liking how this is going and released the footage. So this has been covering that.
Someone actually hacked into the American Fork Police Department and released all the footage, unredacted, of my interactions with them.
Oh yeah, also, their Airbnb that got swatted, they said they knocked on the door and people came out. That's not what happened. They opened the door and at gunpoint told them to get outside.
Can you stream in Discord, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Let's see. What else? So they're like, they wanted to search their Airbnb because they got a tip of stolen Legos. Because the Airbnb owner, through surveillance footage, which means the Airbnb owner was keeping tabs on them while they were in the house, supposedly, said they had stolen Lego merchandise. So they had a warrant to look for Legos. And that's why they got swatted. Josh, the Bricks and Minifig guy, in a previous video, on call, on video, said, I'll just say you stole the Legos. And weirdly enough, the police say, oh, we were told you stole the Legos.
What?
I wonder where that tip could have come from. Also, that Airbnb owner, no one's ever going to trust that person ever again. If you're going to rat someone out that, like, stayed at your Airbnb.
Right.
For a conversation about possibly stolen Legos. If I say, like, hey, someone stole something, and you mishear something, or you overhear what you think you heard. Because I think the quote from the cops is, they think, in overhearing, they think they heard Ben and his group talking about stolen Legos. So none were found, yet they were still arrested. One of them also dislocated Ben's shoulder.
Ooh.
When they grabbed him, because he said, don't run. In the footage, Ben makes no attempt to run. He's very calm, just walking out, until the cop lunges at him and pulls his arm back and says, don't do that. Ben didn't do anything. So Not a good look for any of the police there.
Someone actually hacked into the American Fork Police Department and released all the footage unredacted of my interactions with them. So this is the original footage I got with the redactions in, and this is the new unredacted.
You can see the redaction right there. The void of audio.
Mm-hmm.
None of that should be redacted, because in the police reports of why they were swatted, nothing mentions Legos. Yet, a GoPro they had recording, there's audio from a cop who points the camera down to hide, like, the footage. The camera records him saying, "We have a warrant to look for Lego." Yet none of the police reports or anything mention why they were there to do with Lego. That's kind of odd.
Redacted footage. I'm lining them up, and I'm going to keep only the redacted parts to see what they were actually saying.
In jail. I understand. This ends today. I know. We're talking more.
Sadly, they weren't able to get the first 2 days where I was accused of having heroin on me, but the final 2 days, we were able to see a lot, actually. The footage starts with me going to Josh's house so I can serve him his legal court papers. Josh knows that if he goes to court with me, he's going to lose. So instead, a much easier option is he calls the police on me to prevent me from serving him.
His name is Ben Schneider. He's stalking my house. Will you come to my house, please, and come get them? I'm not going to have stalkers.
Are they there right now?
They're on the side of the house.
One of the dispatchers made a note here saying that you were gonna shoot someone.
I'm done with this. Officer, can you please help me and my family and make this stop?
By the way, threats of violence have only come from the Bricks and Minifig people. Ben and his side have made no whatever. The cops are the first one to bring up anything about the family that had the Legos stolen initially. What the Bricks and Minifig told to the cops was the family that lost their Legos hired Ben, and then Ben made threats to murder the owner of the store, vandalize the store, and cause harm to store property. Nowhere was that ever said before by any of the police or anything until the police made that, like, response. And nothing has been shown for that. No transcript, no nothing as their proof. The cops that should have access to everything have not shown anything. It's very odd.
Yeah, absolutely.
She had a consignment deal with a guy named Brian Mansell. A year and a half, almost 2 years, she had this consignment deal with him and she never paid him.
So right away, Josh is lying to the police, which we can easily verify with all of the metadata timestamped pictures that show that the Lego sets were in the store when Josh took it over.
He's hired this YouTuber. His name is Ben Schneider. He's Reckless Ben. They sent people in saying they're going to murder our manager. I'm done.
That also apparently has not come up until this point. That never happened.
What are you guys doing?
Because the only person that has threatened violence was that bald guy saying he's going to shoot Ben. Or whoever if they come to the door. Ben and his process server have stayed in the car here this whole time. They have not gone onto the property at all. This guy has called the police 4 times.
So we are in a court case with them and we have to serve them legal papers.
She is a process server and she's trying to serve you papers.
She's not a process server.
Okay.
Get the papers.
Have
They're
you
papers. They're fake. Go get the papers.
Okay. You're okay if I bring those over to you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
They're fake.
Can I see those papers? Yeah. So this is what you're trying to serve them with?
Yes. I wish we could just send them an email. I wish we could just send them a phone call. Or the court could send it to them, but this is what we were required to do from the United States court. So we're just following the instructions of the government. He thinks if I just call the cops on me, he can get away with it, but we're showing him, like, we're not going to let him get away with his crime, so.
Okay. You okay if I give these papers to him?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Hang tight. Are you okay if she just gives you the papers so we can just get
Have
her?
you looked at the papers? I've talked to the Kaiser Police Department. There's nothing filed. So no, I'm not accepting.
So that's also not true. He says, get the subtitles. He says there's nothing filed, right? And that he's already talked to them. However, when the cops asked the other police department. They confirm, yes, there's a court case filed. Yes, those papers are real. So this guy right now has just lied to the cops, because I called them, they said nothing's been filed. The cops call them and they say, yes, there is a court case that has been filed. So either from the time he called, it's been established, or he's lying.
Service from him. Okay. Absolutely not. It's fake.
Okay.
It's not real.
That's completely fine. You have that right.
Yeah.
Literally, all this police officer has to do is be like, "You are served," and then he doesn't even have to accept them. He can literally just drop them. But as long as you say "you are served," that counts as illegal serving. So why doesn't this cop just do that? Like, this whole thing could be solved in literally 3 seconds. Like, here,
So in that footage has now obstructed a legal proceeding, a court case, by then arresting him also and preventing the handing of the documents. Provably on camera, the police department interrupted a legal court proceeding. That's kind of a problem. Overall state and like countrywide audits of police department stuff are now investigating this also. Like state and federal groups are looking at this whole thing now also, and that's probably why their police made that response video. But since this has now been leaked, I imagine that investigation's getting kind of interesting.
time it. You've been served. Yeah, like literally 1.5 seconds, and this could be solved. This could literally be solved in 1.5 seconds. And this police officer is just purposely choosing to make this way more complicated than it has to be.
Hold on. All right. What are you wanting done today? Besides, obviously, talk to...
As much as you humanly possibly can.
I can screen charges. I'm open to screening charges through our attorney.
Yeah. Instead of serving these court papers like the police officer promised me he would, this officer would rather screen all possible charges for me to see what random stuff they can make up about me.
I'm going to go talk with him, give him his paper back, since you do not want this.
Can I just peek at it?
What was that?
Can I peek at it?
It kind of puts me in a little bit of a
Never
bind.
mind. It's fake. There's no lawsuit anymore.
Okay. So anyway, I'm going to give this back to him.
Yeah.
And trespass her.
Because here's the thing.
If the cop let him peek at it, that would have counted as serving. So the cop didn't want to do police work, that's why he said it'll put me in a bit of a bind.
Oh, okay.
So this cop took the papers, had the opportunity to let him peek at it, which would count as serving, and just didn't.
Like, think about this logically. Do you think a process server would show up with a guy that's been harassing a YouTuber to serve papers in Utah?
Josh?
Yes, because anyone can be a process server as long as they file whatever court things. Like, if you file whatever paper documents, apparently anybody can be a server, regardless of relation. So, like, if I was needing to serve papers to someone, I could have my dad do it. It doesn't need to be someone of no relation, but it does look better if it is someone of no relation. But as long as you sign whatever papers, you could get a homeless guy to do it. So it's just this cop didn't want to do paperwork.
Knows that if he gets served these papers, it's going to be really bad for him. And at this point, it seems like he's willing to make up any story he can to get us arrested before he gets served these papers.
They sent a lady in, and the lady's like, "Oh, I'm gonna murder you," to Amanda, the manager.
And now, Josh has just committed a felony. Lying to the police officers about a false threat I made to get me arrested is super duper illegal.
He called the store a billion times, threatened the employees.
He does not want the paper, so...
And then he doesn't mention any of that to Ben? He goes, hey, this guy threatened harm on the employees. Cop makes no mention of, hey, you're under arrest for making threats. If a threat of violence is important enough to arrest someone, why would you not ask them about that? That seems kind of weird, does it not?
It seems very weird.
You're told, hey, this guy has threatened our employees 1 billion times and has threatened to kill someone. And you go back and go, here's your papers. No mention of it? Is this a normal occurrence for Utah? Seems like it.
Not want the papers? Here's that back for you. Okay.
Not sure what this is. I've never seen something like that. To be honest with you.
Well, these are court papers.
Okay. Yeah. Have a good rest of your day.
Okay, see ya.
Yeah. Threats of violence. They just walk away?
Yeah, process server's really gonna ride with the YouTuber. I mean, how stupid does he think I am? They have fake service papers. And the girl is like, she's like, oh no, I gotta serve him these papers. Like they printed up a fake lawsuit, you know? And I'm like, oh yeah, do you think the process server would really be riding with the YouTube guy to deliver papers to a guy that he's been harassing? I'm like, do you think I'm stupid?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do, man.
Yeah.
So, did you call the police again?
I just don't know what to do, man. I'm done with these guys.
Oh shit, a tier 5 something
We're
something.
willing to arrest these
Nice.
individuals for
Triple
Utah,
tap, elemental
Utah's
honing.
statutes for cyberbullying and digital stalking because they're using electronic means for communication and coordinating their stalking habits.
Oh, it's digital stalking, not stalking.
It's all of the above.
Okay, got it.
But because they're continuing to use additional tactics and other things like that, thinking that they're being cute and whatnot, can't continue. So somebody has to be arrested to show that they can't continue to do this.
No, we're just.
Someone has to be arrested to show they can't continue to do this. Interesting. Comment.
Interesting.
Want to know what you want done on this?
Possibly can.
He's going to submit, have a screen for charges with our prosecutors, right? With our city prosecutors.
Also, the police chief that made the response video says the name of every cop involved in this and the judge that signed off on all the stuff. Just full names them.
Huh.
Fully saying, hey, the people that might get sued, here's their name. And their identifiable rank as a cop.
Oh, huh.
Very adamant that he wants to serve you with papers. Okay.
That's fake. That's illegal. You can't pretend to be a process server.
So
you can't. That's illegal.
Why not? In the state of Utah, to be a process server, all you have to do is be over the age of 18 years old. You got to be not affiliated with the case, and you can't be an attorney. And this girl meets all three. She is over 18 years old. I literally met her like 10 minutes before we showed up here, and she's not an attorney. So legally, in the state of Utah, this woman is a process server. And I already explained this to the police.
So anyone can be a process server. You have to be 18 years old, and you have to be not affiliated with the case. So she is not affiliated with the case. She's over 18 years old. That qualifies as a process server.
Okay. Well, maybe just have someone not affiliated with you.
That's her. Yeah, she's.
Yeah,
we have
I
no relationship. That's why she's here. Yeah, that's why she's here. We have no relationship, and that is who she is. The exact person that you're describing.
And the reason she's with him, he's been trespassed. He can't go serve them, but she can.
Right.
That's fake. It is a lie. She's impersonating a process server.
So for this girl to be impersonating a process server in the state of Utah, she must either be under 18, which the cops took her ID and verified she's not under 18.
Do you have an ID or anything like that on you?
She has to be related to this case, which Josh says he's never seen her before, so she can't be related to this case. Josh has verified that. And so the only option left is Josh must assume that she's an attorney. But if Josh has never heard of her before, how does he know she's an attorney? And spoiler alert, she's not an attorney. But so I don't know what Josh means when he says she's pretending to be a process server, because it seems like he's verified that she meets all the requirements to be a process server. So basically what Josh is saying is, even though she meets all these requirements, and I acknowledge she meets these requirements, she still doesn't meet these requirements. You're making no sense, Josh.
He's just lying.
Impersonating an officer of the court, that carries some pretty significant, you know, like.
Yeah, you can't pretend to be a process server. Sorry.
By the way, when she was arrested, she was not charged with impersonation of a court-appointed server or like anyone legal.
What was she charged with?
Nothing. She was released after questioning. Like
Hmm.
after swatting, they were all released except for Ben.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can't. That's got to be illegal.
And that's, like I say, he's getting combining charges.
It's a Class A misdemeanor to impersonate a process server in the state of Utah.
So right now,
I want her arrested for impersonating a process server.
So right now,
I can't just go and pretend. I can't go print up fake documents and go try to process serve people. That's illegal.
so these papers that he printed up are
Fake. Yes, 1 billion, trillion, gazillion %.
Again, this is Ammon. I'm with the corporate office.
This is the CEO.
Oh, hi.
So what's happened is we had a former franchisee. Mr. Schneider is just a YouTuber that got a hold of the story and then went to this guy and said, hey, if I can harass these guys and if I can do some stuff and get some money out of them, will you pay me some of that money? And that's what they're trying to do, is the individual...
None of that has been... From everything both the family lost money and Ben have said, there's no agreement for money. Ben's just doing this to try to get money back for the family. Ben is getting no cut from this apart from his videos. And like his Patreon. So that is another... That's another lie.
Who actually owes the money left to the United States.
And now Eamon has just committed obstruction by lying to the police officers.
He created a fake contract, forged a manager's signature up there, threatened to kill her.
I didn't sign no agreement. I'm not beholden to somebody else's stupid agreement.
If the company takes over the consignment, the people in charge of the company end up being in charge of the consignment if the company takes it. Which would involve dickhead number 1 right here.
I like how he can just lie to you guys. He's just straight face. Oh, he owes me $200,000.
I'll check with the court, see if it's a valid.
He's also
lying to them straight face.
Yeah, he's
That's
smiling.
what he's doing.
He's smiling a lot. Whose family feels threatened by the YouTuber, by the way. Sitting here just twiddling his toes, seems real threatened.
Civil case that he's trying to push through, and we'll go about it that way, okay?
Thank you for holding. How can I help you?
Trying to speak with someone to verify if a case is, just verify if a case is real.
Yeah, looks like a real small claims case in our court.
Okay, thank you for your help. I think that's all for today. Thank you.
And after this phone call, I guess the police officers turned off the microphone on their body cam because I guess they really didn't want literally anyone to hear this, even if someone gets a hold of the unredacted stuff. Not even we now can get it to hear what these police officers are saying. But anyways, the police officer ends up going back to talk to Josh.
They're screening some charges, okay?
Yeah.
But we're just kind of working through. It looks like this is a real case. It just hasn't gone to court, okay?
It's a real case. Who's it against?
Against you, him versus you.
Ben Schneider?
Mm-hmm.
What an idiot.
So,
He's just racked up the charges, and we're working together.
So basically the consensus is we were all wrong here. However, let's just arrest Ben anyways.
Like, letting them go cannot be an option here, guys. Like, there's got to be something for cyber stalking, bullying, like all of the different things. Like, there's got to be something to arrest them and send a message that this is not appropriate, this is not okay.
I'm in agreement with you. Again, that's why we're kind of working through this right now.
Hello. Benjamin, step out for me. Okay.
Okay.
Find you back. Am I being arrested? You're under arrest right now. Really?
I love you. I love you. Hello, officer.
There we go.
I love you.
So,
Okay, I love you. I love American Police Department.
That's weird to say.
So now let's get to the search warrant, where the cops raid my house because they heard that I was the one that stole the Legos from Brian. So I might have found out an answer of why this cop was so rough with me and threw my arm back. Before we enter the property, the cop warns all the other police officers to make sure we are not filming.
Hey, they're probably going to be quick to film. They're probably going to be quick to pull their phones out, so just be aware of that.
However, when we got raided, I instantly pressed the record button on my phone because I was terrified these police officers were going to do something and try and hide it from the public. But I guess the police officer sees that I'm filming, and once he sees I'm filming, I think he was like, as punishment for filming me, I'm going to bend your arm back upwards and injure you, is my guess of what happened, because afterwards he says this.
The main kid had his phone recording, so I shut it off, but the other kid had a GoPro.
That's not illegal to do, by the way.
You got banned? We got 5 right now.
So they call the bald guy, and he says, "Did you get them?"
How many did you get? You got banned?
How many did you get? You got Ben? Why do you need to call someone? You've already arrested Ben for this trespassing thing. Why do you have to call someone prior to tell him you got him? He was arrested and then released. Why are you now further...
We got 5 right now.
Including Ben Schneider?
Yes.
Sweet, that's good.
Next, we got some unredacted
Sweet, that's good. All right.
footage of me
Sweet.
using the bathroom.
All right.
Another thing about this unredacted footage is we get to see the police's entire office building. We get to see their detective board of us. We get to see that they're actually a member of the Church of Scientology Sucks. All my old school fans will know this, but basically I made a religion called Scientology Sucks, and it legally got approved by the IRS, and Scientology Sucks worships a gold plunger as their god. I even got it tattooed on my wrist right here. It's like a plunger cross on my wrist. I guess the American Fork Police Department is active members of the Church of Scientology Sucks because they literally put my god on their desk. That's exciting.
We have a felony stalking case right now. Felonies. Everyone's facing felonies.
That's pretty serious shit.
It's super serious. I know that you've been told all of, oh, it's a fundraiser. This guy stole $200,000.
Yeah.
If that was the case, that guy would be in jail.
Yeah.
So
No,
let's use, we're going to use critical.
Anyways, we're going to fast forward a bunch. So this is basically a spoiler for episode 3, but basically this Bricks and Minifigs company has non-stop been making fake bomb threats, fake fire threats, fake murder threats in my name that I'm going to murder them. The only problem is obviously these are all fake threats. I would never do something like that, but the police think that these are real threats. So now the police from Los Angeles, from Utah, they're all working together now to catch me. Here's a phone call from just a few days ago of the Los Angeles police calling the Utah police of them scheming of a way to get me arrested for all these mystery threats that I've been making.
Paul, we got a complaint from a guy in Provo about this guy Schneider.
Okay.
And so it seems like I talked to the guys in Sandy police too, and then trying to get a hold of Provo police. So it seems like, yeah, Schneider's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Basically, so he called me and he's just like, this guy's crazy. He's like making threats against us, my employees, our business, etc., etc. It seems like this guy might live in LA, or his last known address is in LA. So I guess I'm just trying to track down like what you guys are doing, if anything. I know, like, at least I've been told that there's technically like a couple open cases. This guy's already being charged in Utah by 3 different places. Like, what are we doing? Any idea where he actually is?
No idea. I know we had asked to hold him until we had further, but I'm guessing they just let him bond out. So.
Okay.
The only problem is I'm in a place the American police have no jurisdiction over, so they're never gonna catch me here.
Yeah, no American police in sight.
Good luck finding me. You are never gonna find me, police officers.
He's in Mexico. If they have calls, like if he called them to threaten them, which one, why would he be calling random franchises, say, I'm gonna, like, burn the place down and whatever?
Oh, that's stupid.
They would be able to find, like, phone records, right? As part of their
Yeah, they have
investigation.
phone record.
So you would see, oh, he's called each of these individual locations. Because he's been arrested 5 times now. He's been to court 3. So he would know the number of Ben. And he could see he's called these places. If they don't have that, and you're just tying a threat to a business because someone else has had a problem with that business, that's not... How does that work? You know?
Yeah.
It's a little odd. So far, that's the only update also, is like, they haven't responded after. The cops haven't said anything. Looking through comments, they determined closing your phone, like turning your phone off, is destroying evidence, but then muting a body cam is perfectly fine. CEO on speakerphone saying that, like, you need to get him. The cops personally calling a guy who shouldn't be involved with a swatting is whatever. Cops interrupting a legal court case by not serving papers. This is more than just about Legos now. Like, this is fully about corruption. So, right now, more people are talking about this leaked footage, which is becoming a problem. It started with Moist Critical and some other people in, like, commentary talking about it. Ludwig has now also made a video. A bunch of lawyers have weighed in. Multiple React channels, obviously us included, but
right.
XQC watched the full hour of unredacted body cam on his stream yesterday. With, I think it was like 12,000 people, and then he uploaded the VOD after. Philip DeFranco has talked about this with a 500,000 view video. There's a civil rights lawyer with a 2.8, almost 3 million view video talking about it. All of Ben's videos are around 1 to 3 million. Like, this video we just watched. 1.5 million views. It's been up for 7 hours.
Damn.
So, when this all started, Ben had, I think, around 400,000 subscribers. He's at 1.09 million. He's almost at 1.1 million.
Jesus Christ.
In 12 days, 13 days. Because he put out, or I guess 2 weeks ago, so 14 days. He's gained, like, on average, he would get between, like, 500,000 to 1 million views on a video. Right?
Yeah.
But his initial Lego one, 4.1 million views in 2 weeks. The one where they put out a corporate statement 12 days ago, 1.6 mil. The Bricks and Minifig leaked email with the script, 2.1 million views 7 days ago. Video of him getting swatted, so video 2, 5 days ago, 3.4 million. Him responding to the police statement 3 days ago, 2.7 million. And then 8 hours ago, 1.5. It's gained another...
Holy shit.
Like 100,000 since... Yeah, because what did I just say? 1.4 million or something?
So, yeah.
And now it's at 1. No, I said 1.5. It was at 1,510,000 views. It's at 1,512,000.
Holy shit.
Like, this is actively getting worse for the police department. And if I check the American Fork Police Department, they made a YouTube channel just to post it. The first 2 videos that come up when you search American Fork Police is ABC4 Utah saying conflict over purportedly stolen Lego leads to accusations of misconduct against police. And it's them accusing these guys of being high on heroin, but then letting them go at a traffic stop because they couldn't find anything. And they were passing drug tests. Like, the driver passed a breathalyzer, they didn't find any drugs, was willing to take whatever tests, and instead of charging them on anything, because they were visibly high on heroin apparently, let them go and drive away. The second video is what the Brooklyn, or it's from Tech Heart. It's just the full body cam stuff.
Oh.
So the 2 first things are about the police failing a traffic stop and letting apparently 2 visibly high people on heroin go, and then unreleased body cam footage that was illegally redacted and showed their incompetence. Which the initial leaked videos has 182,000 views.
Damn.
If I go to the police department to their video, 5 days ago, 540,000 views. Their like to dislike ratio is 900 likes, 45,000 dislikes.
Holy shit.
600 subscribers. And yeah, they just named every cop involved, every judge involved. It's kind of crazy that they're just doing this. I don't know why they took down their Facebook post, or like their Facebook page. They haven't posted on their Twitter since 2018, but every comment, most recent comment is from the 29th, it seems, on their top post. Or no, most recent is from a minute ago.
Oh.
So people are actively, because this also just reduces like trust in the police department. So if there's a problem,
oh yeah, there's like no trust left.
I mean, people already didn't trust cops, right?
Well, yeah.
But seeing this, why would I call the cops if you can't handle a situation like this? If I have no trust that you'll handle my case appropriately, why would I call you?
You wouldn't.
Or if I can make a threat of violence, like, hey, if you don't come here, I'm going to shoot this guy. Well, obviously that's not a problem. So more threats like that are going to start going around. This is just like the worst way to handle this possible. And the cops, they, you know, Instagram has those like story highlights that you have that are like repeatable. They have one called Scams, where they're talking about scams.
Hey, we got a new scam going around American Fork payment.
From 290 weeks ago. They should probably put this one up there because they got scammed by this Bricks and Minifigs. Also, Bricks and Minifigs themselves can't post anything without getting hit with everything. Like if I look up their Instagram, let me find. Okay. It's just like the worst way to handle any of this. I think I'm maybe... I gotta cook food soon. Fuck. Bricks and Minifigs official. Let's look at that. Last. Ooh. Official statement as of 6 days ago. They turned off the comments. So they said they don't have the Lego anymore, or that they never stole the Lego, right? However, when I look at their Instagram, I see here, after ownership of the Salem store changed, inventory was thoroughly documented and assessed. It was around 200 grand for the collection. We became aware of the previous alleged consignment. It's on video, and there's records that you had it. Corporate and the New Salem franchise owners were never party to, nor had any advanced knowledge of, which is on video that it was told to you before they left. The previous owners left the store. When we compared the store's inventory against the limited documentation provided, which was all the documentation, it became clear the full list of claimed inventory was not in the store. So they sold it. What they've done essentially is they've sold some of the Legos and didn't pay the family that gave them to the store the cut they were supposed to, and told the family, hey, we can give you back what's here, and that's it. And the family said, no, it's either we want all the Lego back or the full $200,000. That's been their thing. Bricks and Minifigs have said, well, they just won't take the Legos back, so obviously they don't want it. Well, if you've already sold some of it, it's either we want all of it back, or the $200,000 that it was worth when we gave it to you with the agreements of documents that we provided. Which Ben has also tried to provide the documents, and they've refused to look at them. Any items that could reasonably be identified as potentially belonging to the cosigner were offered back, but that offer was declined. Yeah, because if I give my car to a dealership with the thing of like, oh, once you sell it, then you pay me like a bit of it, right?
Yep.
And you sell the engine and the tires, and then I come back to you going, hey, what's going on? You go, well, you can have the car back if you want, but it's missing the engine and the tires. No, I'm not going to take that. It's either I want my full car or the money that it was worth. I'm not going to take whatever like this. Additional written efforts to work together and restore what could reasonably be identified within our possession were also declined, because the company refuses to look at the actual inventory list. As we continued reviewing records, sales receipts showed that a significant number of the listed sets had already been sold during the course of the alleged arrangement before the store transitioned ownership. Cosigner also publicly stated that portions of the collection had been moved off-site for security reasons. Why do you need to move Legos, Stormtrooper minifigs, and clone troopers? Why do you need to move them off-site for security reasons? Bricks and Minifigs firmly denies allegations that corporate or subsequent franchise owners stole this collection or participated in theft of any kind. However, we want to empathize that our ultimate goal regarding the family remains a fair resolution. We have consistently sought ways to work cooperatively and remain willing to assist through appropriate channels in helping recover any identifiable why can I not read today? Portions of the collection or associated funds. Now, they're a pretty big business. They own 300 buildings, 300 stores. Mm-hmm. You don't have 200 grand you can just give to the family?
No.
Like, even if they had sold whatever and they couldn't give the Lego back, all you could have done is just, hey, here's 200 grand for what it was worth. We're sorry that we couldn't find the original Legos, but here's what it was. And I think you probably would have
Like, this would have been done years ago. They also, the store that closed, all of the parties and birthdays that were there weren't informed that it was no longer happening. So birthday parties were still set to happen. People had to do it in the parking lot. So birthday parties that were paid for weren't notified. When people think of bricks and minifigs, they think of families and children and a shared love of building something together. This is an appeal to emotion. They're trying to make you feel bad for them. They don't think of manufactured claims, legal battles, zealous online profiteers, and viral mischaracterizations, sensationalization, and heated disagreements. You're right, they wouldn't. But the fact that you've gone through all of this because you didn't want to get rid of 200 grand is absurd. Seeing a father and his family at the center of a dispute regarding an unauthorized consignment is heartbreaking. The consignment was allowed in the contract from Bricks and Minifig to the franchisee. We understand why people might initially react with suspicion online. The headline, although false, stating Bam stole an old man's life savings, would make anyone curious. However, there's always more to a story. You could have just given the 200 grand. How many millions in reputation have you lost because of this? Hello, Beans. Welcome in. How you doing? Our initial response is focused on legal defenses that unfortunately take time and are ongoing because we are an entire brand, are now forced to process a massive wave of online chaos, feel the online community deserves a clear response to customer inquiries, and the hopeful resolution of an isolated and former franchisee's private dispute. Again, all you had to do was pay the 200 grand. Beans, what are you doing? I thought there was a new Overwatch hero teased already.
Was there?
Yeah, the character looks like they're from the same group as Kiriko. I'm so tired of Kiriko's group. I'm worried. Might do some Overwatch. I would like more character variety than just attractive character number 40. I was kind of hoping they were going to be an Omnic because it looks like they have horns, but I have a feeling like that might just be a mask. I would like another Omnic. Or just...
I mean, supposedly we're supposed to get another Omnic.
Which I'm hoping this is the character, but the silhouette, you can kind of see like an eyelash. So... they do have an Omnic in the works. Okay. Well, I'm waiting to see that one. Bam continues to say, we embrace self-reflection and champion the unfiltered truth. We want to be entirely transparent about what happened and what we were doing to fix it so a situation like this never happens again. So their solution is just they don't allow consignment agreements anymore, and that they're not going to donate any money. Because the CEO...
fuck you.
when the CEO went on a podcast and was like, they were like, hey, you know, if this had happened again, would you just like run it back? Would you just give them back the Legos or pay them out? And 3 times the CEO said no. The 4th time, the CEO used a fantasy scenario of if it was like a child's gonna die or the business goes under, I guess the business has to go under. And it's like, what do you mean you guess the business has to go under? And that's the scenario you bring up?
guess.
All of this is just like you could have just paid them. That's like the easiest thing they could have done. Have there been any like anything about who the Omnic is? Oh yeah, YouTube Premium is also increasing.
Oh, because of course it is. How's Google gonna pay for their AI stuff?
I don't know.
Bullshit.
Next Omnic is shown wearing a trench coat in the silhouette art. Ooh, okay. I'll take a gander.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
The Devil May Cry Netflix series has been renewed for a 3rd season. Which is weird because they had a 2nd season I didn't know about.
Yeah, Dundo, I'm sending you this image.
Mm-hmm.
The Omnic is like the one like second to the right.
Oh, right. I see, okay. The like kind of Spider-Man noir looking silhouette.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, okay, speaking of Spider Noir, I guess that shows out.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen people talking about it at all. I'll probably watch it.
So YouTube Premium is going from $13.99 to $15.99 a month. And then a family plan is going to become $26.99.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, all the EPs are out already. It's really good. I would recommend it. League of Legends Pro Bin. Fine? I don't. Has been fined $22,000 for not giving fans high five after a match.
What?
The LPL states that this is a mandatory part of his on-stage interaction requirements.
Okay.
So this and that like Pokemon guy that had his championship title revoked because he was excited. What are we doing?
God.
22 grand because you didn't
What
high
are we
five?
doing?
Let me change the music. You know what? Let's go to upbeat. Like, this has got to be. Yeah, meanwhile, Apex in a Counter-Strike Major final. Just middle finger to the fans, and it's fine. Or look at the background. Apex kisses boys. Oh, Beans. I'm sure you know this already. On Friday, tomorrow, is Summer's Game Fest. And then on Sunday is the Xbox Showcase. What are you excited for? I'm waiting for that Monster Hunter. I'm ready. They already had I was about to look at Monster Hunter on Twitter. Let me not do that. I'm scared to look up any game on Twitter. Because it's just gonna be
porn.
someone with their whole business out.
Yeah.
Personally, probably Persona 6. Or R. Okay. I don't really know what I'm expecting. I'm expecting something Fallout 3 related. Maybe like, some kind of Elder Scrolls thing. Now that they've actually started on that game. Monster Hunter is going to have 2 trailers. One for their DLC for Monster Hunter Wilds, and then Stories is going to have their title update trailer. Yeah, I'm excited.
You already know what the chat's gonna be like.
Oh, it's gonna be all Destiny
Let's be
again.
so for real.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the Sony State of Play, Beans. The Sony State of Play on Twitch and YouTube was all just, we want Destiny 3. There was no comments about anything until God of War got shown.
Yeah, I saw like image on Twitter. Like you have XQC's chat reacting to God of War versus Asmongold's chat reacting.
Yeah. I'm excited at what we'll get.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Let's see. I'm not seeing anything else. I'm looking for like CD Projekt Red has a new IP, Project Hadar, which was announced via job application link. Let us see. I'm seeing like the Ace Combat thing also. I'm gonna steal a joke from Twitter. People saying Ace Combat is like left wing or right wing, but I'm pretty sure planes have both. State of Play was good. Don't own a PS5, but I'm still excited for things they announced. Yeah. I want stuff to come to PC, but they're not putting Wolverine out on Steam anymore.
Dude, I want to play Wolverine so bad.
Let me in. Devil May Cry Season 3, third and final season. I didn't know it got a Season 2. To be honest. Rayman looked good. I saw people upset the redheaded like fairy is a bird or something. If you're playing Rayman with like the mindset of that, you need help.
Yeah.
That is not the game you should be playing one-handed. of all the ones. Overwatch has some new collab art.
Oh.
It is Kiriko, Diva, Hanzo,
Ooh,
Genji,
gaming.
and Mercy.
Yo, a ball skin.
Also Zen, driving the train. Playing Rayman with the intention to goon is crazy. I mean, I guess he bounces. So, sure. He doesn't even have arms. He's just hands. New Overwatch Hero trailer premiere. June 9th. So next Tuesday will be a Hero trailer.
June 9th is a big day, I guess.
I'm assuming that's a mask. Given it looks kind of techy, but I see an eyelash. So, a dual pistol. And then I don't. Yeah, this one I assumed was April 1st, but I saw this going around again, so I was gonna ask you, Beans. I see this like every week or so, even though people know it's a April Fool's. Is there anything behind this, or do people just talk about it to talk about it? I assume more they talk about it to talk about it, but yeah, Rock With You works for a song. There you go. I can't see them doing a Rivals event. It's just to talk about it? Okay, yeah. Because, yeah, I can't see them doing that. Let's see. If it were real, it would just be Marvel, not Rivals. True. It would probably be the same, like, characters, though. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot of... There's a plane that had its nose gear collapse near an airport.
Oh.
There's a game called War Dogs that had their release pushed back. Really hoping for Jonesy with Soldier 76. That would have been good. Get a Peely like Reaper skin or something. Yeah, so War Dogs just pushed their release date back. Look at this though. That's the nose gear just collapsed. And the damage that's more than just a nose gear. This is like ripped up now. This is like the whole the body integrity of the plane has to be redone. Poor thing, it's just tired and needs to take a nap. Oh. It's the droops or the Snoop drooded or whatever. And then there's this. The Odyssey popcorn bucket. I know, like, all the other popcorn buckets have looked kind of nice for being connected to the movie. I think I like this the most because it's actually usable.
It's actually usable.
You have a handle, and
Yeah,
Like,
I remember there was one. I can't remember what movie it was. Like that's like coming out, but it's literally just like a toy popcorn bucket
Toy Story?
that can no, that can barely hold any popcorn.
Yeah, like this is their normal popcorn thing box. It's just got the camera. But this is like, I mean, they could have done something like this, but I don't think we need popcorn buckets to be crazy designed. Of all the things we need, I don't think that's one of them.
Hold on, though. I did it.
Yeah.
Just hit. Guardian rank 4.
Nice. I think, chat, that's it for today. Sorry it's shorter. I forgot I had stuff today. Although, actually, wait, there's some more stuff.
Okay. There's more stuff?
A couple more things to look at Destiny-wise, and then we'll be done.
Oh?
When I say couple, I mean like one.
Okay.
Preview of the Immortal Legend Titan. When equipping both the chest and helmet ornaments, a crown is placed on your skull. If you only have one, though, it's fine. So the crown only appears when you wear the chest and the helmet.
Oh, okay. I figured that might be the case.
That's the helmet.
Okay, the helmet, even without the added crown, it still looks pretty good.
I wonder if that's the same for the other two. Like for the Warlock and the
Probably, but I wonder how that would work for the
Oh, I miss it so much. I don't know.
Like for the hunter, maybe it'll be like you need the cloak and the helmet. But I can't imagine what it would be for a Warlock.
Beans, are you joining for Destiny stuff? Are you playing, or you if you want to play, hey, I'm more than willing to help. I'll remake a character again. I'll remake a hunter, or I'll play through whatever.
Wait. Remake your hunter.
I'll do it again. If I can get people into Destiny, I'll do whatever. I don't know if I'm assuming probably not with the hunter and the warlock, just because it looks like it's part of the cloak and stuff. I'm not sure.
True.
The game is only 150 gigs, so it'd be fine. But everything's going on like a major discount on the 9th, and we're getting like a major update. So technically this Tuesday is like the best time to get into it. If you want to play through story and stuff. So if you do, I'm here. I'm willing. I know that's been a turnoff for a while. That's why they're doing like a big discount. I think they're doing like a, how big of a sale? I don't know for sure. I saw like 60% or something.
Yeah, and I mean, even when it's going on sale, there'll still be like bundles. Like you have the legacy bundle.
Yeah,
for the Light and Dark saga, which I picked that up. So that's But does that include Shadowkeep, or is Shadowkeep included?
Yeah, Shadowkeep is already. Shadowkeep's free.
Oh yeah, so that includes Beyond Light, Witch Queen, Lightfall, and Final Shape. I got all those for like $10 or less.
Yeah. If you go to like, there's also a key website that I use. Fanatical is pretty good with it. So like here, right? I think the biggest number I saw from a dev was like maybe 60% off everything permanently. Which, like, if you get the, yeah. So like if you got the Year of Prophecy, was, and Fanatical has sales even further than that, so I would use that. But everything's going on sale starting actually this one. For me it's 87, so American it's probably like $3 conversion rate.
For the Legacy collection?
Yeah.
Yeah, right now the Legacy collection's $70, but it'll go down like a lot.
Yeah.
When it goes on sale.
But
I mean, when I was looking at this before, when we were talking about it, it's like, I don't really know if I'm gonna pour this much money into it. But then the sale came, I was like, yes, please.
Yeah. But yeah, if you want to like get into it, let me know, because I'm perfectly, I'll do whatever. I just like playing the game with people. I need more people to do raids with, so I'll do whatever it takes. But I think I'm gonna go talk with family for some stuff and then get food going. Stream tonight. Are you down to do stuff?
Yeah, I should be down. I don't have anything going on tonight.
Okay. In like 5 hours, we'll do a lot more of Renegades. And then
yeah, because I was looking at, like, okay, we did the introduction quest.
Yeah.
I was looking at it again. It was like, the new quest is like, holy shit.
Yeah, 45 more steps.
45 steps.
Yeah, so. But we'll deal with that tonight. Chat, I will see you all later. Go have a wonderful night. Go eat, go drink, do what you gotta do. Go be good. Let's raid into somebody, because I didn't do that as much as I wanted to this month. Papa.
I don't know anyone who's streaming.
Beans, can you go live right now? I cannot. Oh, that's okay. We can go over to Bear. Or someone. Actually, I don't think we've been over here yet. I don't have a raid message, chat. Just go be good. I'll see y'all later tonight. Have a wonderful night, chat.